and hopefully record. Okay, so standing feet together. I'm turning toes out, followed by heels, just looking down at your feet, making sure they're tracking straight and parallel to each other. Soft through the knees, hips facing forward, shoulders round and down, and ears over the shoulders. Placing the hands on the hips, and we're just going to rock that pelvis forward and back. So flattening through the lumbar spine and arching through the lumbar spine. Finding the halfway point between the two. Hi, Karen. Placing the hands over the rib cage, drawing the shoulders down the back. Nice deep breath in through the nose. Feel the rib cage expanding and out through the mouth. Good. And again, nice deep breath in through the nose, drawing the shoulders down the back and out through the mouth. So while we continue with this deep lateral breathing, I want you to imagine that belt around your waist, drawing the sides towards each other and belly button back towards the spine. And at the same time, feel those pelvic floor muscles like a lift coming up. 1, 2, 3. So tightness through the whole abdominal core region, but you can keep with that deep lateral breathing. Relaxing the arms down by your side, and we're starting with the forward shoulder rolls. Nice big rolls, releasing any tension or tightness in the shoulders. One more time, forward, and then we're going to reverse up to the ears, over the mountains, and down the other side, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Last one, and then relaxing the shoulders down the back, keeping the knees soft. On the in-breath, we're floating the arms out to the side, locking the shoulders down the back. On the out-breath, push the air away as we bring the arms back down. Good. In-breath, locking the shoulders down the back. Try not to let them creep up to the ears. We're going to hold the hands up towards the ceiling, palms facing away from you. Drop the elbows down to shoulder height. Place the hands behind the head. So shrugging the shoulders up to your ears. Draw the shoulder blades down the back and squeeze those shoulder blades together at the back. Unlock the fingers, keep the palms facing away from you as you float the arms back down. Good. On the in-breath, float the elbows up to shoulder height. Place the hands behind the head. Shrug those shoulders up to your ears. Draw the shoulders down the back. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Stay in that position. Push your left hip forward, and we're going to turn to the left to look at the back wall. Don't let the hip follow you. In breath to center. Good. Push the right hip forward, turning to the right, looking at the wall behind you, and center back up. Good. One more time to each side. Push the left hip forward. Turn to look to the left. In breath to center. Last time, pushing that right hip forward, getting that nice rotation in the spine. Back to the center again. We're going to drop the chin to the chest, squeezing the shoulder blades together at the back. Feeling that stretch down the back of the neck between the shoulder blades. Good. Coming back up to standing, we're going to unlock those fingers, relax the arms down, and give them a bit of a roll to release them. Good. So dropping left ear to left shoulder, right arm behind the back, left hand over the head. Draw that right shoulder down as much as possible. Feeling that stretch down the side of the neck and across the top of the shoulder. Breathing through that. Good. Coming back up to standing. We're going to drop right ear to right shoulder, left arm behind the back. Draw the left shoulder down. Place the hand over the head. And again, just breathing through that stretch. One more breath. And then coming back up to standing, and again just loosening the shoulders off. So again, keeping the knees soft, we're going to go right arm up, left arm down, lengthening through the waist over into the left side bend. Reach that right arm over the top, feel the opening of the right side. In breath to center, and we're changing arms, lengthening through the waist over into the right side bend. And center one more time to each side. Right arm up, left arm down, lengthening through the waist, opening up through that right side. And center, left arm up, right arm down. Keep those hips centered over your feet. And coming back up to standing. Good. So we're grabbing the weights. If you're using different size, different weights, start with the heavier ones, and then we'll move on to the lighter ones. So we're starting with the elbows locked into your side, palms facing towards the ceiling, shoulders down the back. Keep the knees soft and core engaged. So we're opening the hands out to the side and squeezing those shoulder blades together at the back and closing back up. Good. So for 9 and close. Good. 8, keep those elbows squeezing in and close. For 7, squeezing the shoulder blades together. And 6, lock the shoulders down the back. For 5, and close. For 4, and close. Good. For 3, and close. 2 more. For 2, and close. We're just working on those scapula, those shoulder blade muscles. Close them back up. Relax the hands down. Keep the palms facing away from you, elbows locked in, into the bicep curl. So bring the weights up to the front of the shoulder and lower back down. Good. So for 9 and lower. Good. 8. Keep the resistance in the upper arms. 7 and lower. For 6 and lower. 5 and 4. For 3 and 2. Last one. And lower back down. Good. Palms facing towards the front of the thighs. Bring the weights up to the front of the shoulders and lifting the elbows up high, but locking the shoulders down the back. Good. For 9. And push the weights away. For 8. So use the tension during lowering the arms as much as you do as you're lifting. And push away. Good. For 5. And pushing away. Keep that core strong. Don't let it pull on the back onto your back. For 3 and push away. For 2 and down. Last one and push the air away. Brilliant. If you're using lighter and heavier weights, come on to the lighter weights now. Remember, at any point it gets too much, bend the elbows and don't do the pulsing or the circles. Soft knees, core engaged. We're going to bring the arms straight up in front of you and lower back down. Good. Take the arms up, lock the shoulders down the back and lower. We're pulsing next time, so holding it here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Good. Take the arms out, lock the shoulders down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 5, 4, core engaged, 2, 1, and lower back down. Good. 2 more sets. Arms out. Lock the shoulders down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Last ones. Take the arms out. Lock the shoulders down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower back down. Give the arms a break, roll those shoulders a bit. Soft knees, core engaged. We're taking the arms out to the side. Lock the shoulders down and lower. Good. Out breath. Take the arms up. Remember, you can bend those elbows to make it a little bit easier. Take the arms up. We're circling for 4, 3, 2, 1, and back. 3, 2, 1, and lower back down. Good. Take the arms out, forward, rolls. 4, 3, 2, 1, and back. 3, 2, 1, and lower. Good. 2 more sets. Arms out, forward for 4, 3, 2, 1, and back. 3, 2, 1, and lower. Good. Last one. Hopefully we've got some burning. 3, 2, 1, and back. 3, 2, 1, and lower back down. Excellent. Again, give those shoulders a roll. Give those arms a bit of a breather. We're going to go one arm straight out in front, one arm to the side, and lower. It doesn't matter which one you're doing as long as we're alternating. And lower. Good. So for 9 and 9, keep those shoulders locked down, core engaged. 8 and 8. For 7, remember you can bend those elbows if it gets too much. For 6 and 6. For 5 and 5. For 4 and 4. For 3 and 3, keep the shoulders locked down. For 2, strong core, and 2. Last ones, and out. Good, and relaxing those arms back. Brilliant. Okay, so we're going to do the tricep work now, but I think what we'll try to do, because I have been a little bit worried about people's necks with this one, so we're just going to stand up tall, not do the hinging forward. Keep thinking about pulling the chin back into the neck. Keep the knees soft. So we're going to take the arms out and back and lower back down. Okay, so for 9, out and squeeze the shoulder blades and lower. Good. For 7 and lower. Good. So what we should be feeling it down the back of the arms through our triceps. For 6, but try not to let that neck poke out. Keep the chin pulled back. For 4 and lower. For 3, so squeezing those shoulder blades together. For 2, and last one, and lower back down. Excellent. So now, having the elbows behind the body, they stay there. The weights to the front of the shoulder. We're going to take the arms back and up towards the ceiling and draw it back forward. Keep pulling the chin back into the neck. And forward. This next time we're going to pulse it. So take the arms back. We're pulsing for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and forward. Again, if it feels too much, don't do the pulsing, or just do 5, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and forward. Good. 2 more sets. Take the arms back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and forward. Keep those elbows back. Last one. Take it back for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, one, and we can relax those arms off. We can take the weights back down to the floor, and then we're just going to circle those arms forward and big circles back. Excellent. And then we're going to come to standing at the end of the mat. Core engaged, draw the belly button to spine, soft through the knees and shoulders and neck relaxed. So deep breath in through the nose. As we breathe out, we're going to drop chin to chest, and we're slowly peeling that vertebra off the wall behind you. Arms hanging, head hanging. Let the crown of the head weight you all the way down to your toes, letting your arms hang, head hang, shoulders down the back. Deep breath in. As we breathe out, we scoop belly button to spine. We're rounding back up, stacking the spine, come up to standing and rolling those shoulders back. Good. One more time. Deep breath in. Draw the belly button to spine. On the out breath, chin to chest. Let the crown of the head weight you down. Feel the articulation through each vertebra joint all the way down to your toes. This time we're either placing the fingers under the toes, flat onto the floor. We're going to straighten through the right knee for 4, 3, 2, 1. And through the left knee, let the head hang, shoulders down the back. 2, 1. And then we're going to straighten through both knees. Drop the head down. Feeling that stretch through the calves and hamstrings. We're going to soften through the knees. If you need to adjust your camera, do so now. Otherwise, we're going to walk the hands forward and coming down onto all fours. Good. So, Jane Thomas, for this one on the ball, just trying to find you again now. Come over the ball a bit more so your legs, your feet are up away from the floor. That will give you more of a stretch through your hips. That's it. Good. Okay, so onto all fours. Wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Drawing the belly button to spine, so we've got the nice neutral spine position. And we're going to drop the hips to the left as we look over the right shoulder at your feet. And in breath to center. Good. On the out breath, we're going to drop the hips to the right. Look over your left shoulder at your feet. And center. We're going to do 3 to each side. Good, just feel that stretching through the pelvis and to the right. Good, one more time to each side. Little bit lower each time, opening up and loosening off that back. Good. Coming back onto the all fours, we're going to do the calf stretch. So Jane, if you take your feet back to the floor, we're going to slide the right leg back. Tuck that right toe underneath you. Push back through the hands. If the wrists are uncomfortable, come onto forearms. And we'll push that heel down towards the floor for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and sliding that right knee in. Good. So we're sliding the left leg back, tuck that left toe underneath you, push back through the hands, heel towards the floor for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and sliding that left knee in. Good. We're going to sit back on your heels, head down to the mat. Up away from the heels, walk the hands forward, open up through the back, breathing through that stretch. Then coming back to your heels, Ball is inflating underneath your belly button. We're rounding back up, stacking the spine and rolling the shoulders back. Good. So grabbing the roller if you're using the roller. If you're not, just come down to lying on your mat, on your back. So making sure the head and tailbone are sitting comfortably on the roller. If you're on the floor, knees and feet are hip width apart. If you're on the roller, take the feet wider to the edges of the mat. So finding our neutral spine position. On the in-breath, we're rolling that pelvis forward, arching through the lumbar spine, chin up to the ceiling. On the out-breath, we're flattening through the lumbar spine and take the chin towards the chest. Good. One more time. In-breath, roll the pelvis forward, chin up to the ceiling. On the out breath, chin towards the chest, and we're flattening through the lumbar spine, keeping that length through the back of the neck. We're floating right and left arm up towards the ceiling, shoulders down the back. On the in breath, we're floating the arms out to the side, dropping those shoulders down over the edges of the roller. Breathing through that stretch, but keep the rib cage down. On the out breath, we're floating the arms back up to the ceiling again. Good. On the in breath, we're floating the arms out to the side. Drop the shoulders down. Keep the rib cage down. If you're on the roller, keep feeling that roller down your spine. If you're on the floor, make sure that lumbar spine is in the mat. And floating back up to the ceiling again. We're going to reach the right arm up towards the ceiling. Bring it over to the left. Follow the hand with the head. We're reaching down towards the floor, feeling the opening of the right side. If you're on the roller, don't let the roller move. Keep it centered. Back up to the ceiling again, and then we're lowering as we lower the arm, we're sliding the shoulder blade down the back. Left arm reaching up to the ceiling. Bring the left arm over to the right. Follow the hand with the head. Reaching that arm back up to the ceiling again. And as you lower the arm, slide the shoulder blade down the back. We're going to reach both arms up to the ceiling now. Keep the rib cage down. As you lower the arms, wrap the shoulder blades around the roller and squeeze them together. If you're on the floor, just squeezing those shoulder blades together. In breath up to the ceiling, reaching up. On the out breath, as you lower the arms, wrap the shoulder blades around the roller and squeezing that roller. Good. One more time. In breath up to the ceiling. Out breath, lower the arms and squeezing the roller between those shoulder blades. Good. Relaxing those shoulders now, palms facing away from you. We're going to go right arm up above the head, left hand down onto the floor, keeping the rib cage down. Take the arms out to the side, bringing the right arm down, left arm up, and float them back up to the ceiling again. Good. So left arm up above the head, right hand down onto the floor, keeping the fingers on the floor, taking the arms out to the side, ending with right arm up, left arm down, and floating the arms back up to the ceiling again. So palms facing each other, make a fist with the hands, and then we're bending the elbows. On the in-breath, we're dropping the elbows out to the side. So we're taking the elbows and the back of the hands down towards the floor. Keep the rib cage down. Good. Breathing out to squeeze those elbows back together again. Good. In breath, drop the elbows out to the side, back of the hand down towards the floor. Keep the rib cage down. Slide those shoulders down your back. And out breath, squeezing them back together. Good. One more time. In breath, drop the elbows down towards the floor. We're just holding the stretch, seeing if the muscles will relax. So make sure there's no tightness in the shoulders. And squeezing back together again. So relaxing the arms down by your side, keeping the shoulders down your back and chin towards your chest. We're going to float the left leg up to tabletop, focusing on that lumbar spine, staying down into the mat. Lower the left foot down, and then we're floating right leg up to tabletop, and lower back down. Now this time, as we take the left leg up, we're going to take the right arm up and lower. So remembering with this one, right leg, left arm, the wider the feet, the more secure your base is. So if you want to work a little bit harder, bring the feet in towards the roller slightly. But if you're wobbling too much, then take those feet out towards the edges of the mat. Good. Okay, so we should be moving now onto the left leg, right arm. We're going to hold it here, flex through the foot. Imagine you're pushing a heavy block away from you as you take the right arm up above the head, keeping the back locked down. If the back is creeping up, then take the leg a little bit higher. Good. Pushing the block away. In breath to center. 3 more. On the out breath, push that heavy block away. And center. Good. 2 more. And center. Last one now. Pushing that heavy block away. So you take the right arm up, center back up, and we're changing legs. So right arm up, left arm up. Flex through the foot and locking that back down. We're pushing the heavy block away and center. Good. For 4 and center. Good. For 3 and center. For 2 and center. Last one. Push that heavy block away. And we're centering back up. Leave the left arm up. We're lowering the right foot. Float the right arm up as well now. And we're going to start to take that left leg up to tabletop. And we're toe tapping with that left leg. So tapping the toe to the floor and floating back up. And then if you can, we're going to take the right arm up above the head as we toe tap. Good. So for 5 and center. Good. For 4. Lock that back down. Now, of course, you can take that leg a little bit longer if you want to work harder, but make sure that lumbar spine stays flat into the mat or the roller. Good. If you're on the floor, you can do double legs for this one. Last one. Back to the center. We're lowering the left foot to the floor and we're floating the right leg up. I just want you to have a little think about your neck and shoulders now. Make sure you're not tensing to stay on that roller. And we're going to toe tap the right toe, left arm up above the head and center. Good. So for 6 and center, lock that back down. For 5. Make sure you're not creating space between your lower back and the roller or mat. Good. 2 more. And last one. And take it back to the center. Lower the right foot to the floor. We're going to wrap our arms around our shoulders. If you're on the floor, I want you to just creep your shoulders forward and wrap the arms around. If we're on the roller, we're just going to roll to the left side and have a little bit of a roll and loosen off that left side of your back. Good. about 4 or 5 times, and then we're going to come onto the right side, and we're going to roll it back and forth, and again, just loosening off through that right side of the back. Good. When you've done sort of 4 or 5 loosens off there, rolls from side to side, we're going to come off the roller. So if you're on the floor, if you've got your cushions handy, and place them underneath your back, sort of show the bottom of your scapula, shoulder blades. If you're on the roller, just lift your hips up. We're just going to have a little roll back and forward up the back. And then we're going to find the point of the bottom of the shoulder blades, and then we'll drop those hips back down, thinking of curling that pelvis so that you're flattening through the lumbar spine. Don't let the rib cage pop up. Keep that rib cage down towards the hips. Place the hands behind the head, keeping the elbows wide. So on the out breath, we're going to draw up. So we're curling up, squeezing those lower abdominals. Again, keeping the elbows wide. On the in breath, we're going to keep the chin towards the chest as we lengthen through the back of the neck. Don't drop the head lower than the roller. Good. So out breath, squeezing those abdominals as we curl up. We're going to hold it here and we're pulsing for 10, 9, 8, 7. Keep squeezing those abdominals. 4, 3, 2, 1, and chin to chest. We're lengthening through the back of the neck. On this next one now, as we curl up, we're going to try and lighten our weight away from the cushions or the roller. So we're really squeezing those abdominals and we're pulsing for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and chin to chest. Keep the rib cage down as we lengthen back over the roller. Good. On the out breath, we're curling back up. Try and lift yourselves away from the roller, and we're pulsing for 10, 9, 8, keeping the rib cage down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lowering back down. Good. Last one now, drawing the belly button to spine. We're curling up. Keep the elbows wide. Lift the weight away, and we're pulsing for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower back down. Good. Stretching that off. We're going to take the chin towards the chest now. Keeping the elbows wide, we're going to float the left leg up into tabletop position. We're going to take the right rib towards the left hip, squeezing, and then lengthen the left leg away as you center back up. Now, if you're on the floor, you could just come lift up from the breastbone and do your normal crisscross. Good. So we're going for 6, and lengthen. Good. Make sure that rib cage is staying down for 5, and lengthen for 4. Remember, it's rib to hip, not elbow to knee. For 3, and lengthen. Keep that lumbar spine, trying to lock it down to the floor. And last one. And lengthen the leg away. Brilliant. We're bending that left knee. Float the right leg up to tabletop. Good. We're taking left rib to right hip and lengthen the leg away. Good. Left rib to right hip and lengthen. Thinking about trying to keep that lumbar spine locked into the back. So for 5, and lengthen. For 4, and lengthen. Good. For 3, and lengthen. For 2, and lengthen the leg away. Keep the back locked down. Last one. Lengthen the leg away. We're going to lower that right foot to the floor. We can come up off the roller. Bring it underneath your knees. And then gently we're going to roll back down to the mat. And we're just going to hug those knees into your chest. Rock from side to side and loosening off your back. Good. And then we can take the knees shoulder width apart. And again, just rocking and loosening that back off. Excellent. So we're going to slide the roller now underneath the pelvis. So again, if you're not using the roller, you could just place the cushions underneath your tailbone just to help tilt the pelvis. And then we're going to float right and left leg up into tabletop position. Good. Okay, so we're going to go into double leg lengthen. So flexing through the feet. Imagine you're pushing heavy blocks away as you lengthen the legs away, squeezing the knees and feet together. If you feel it pulling on your back, take your legs up higher. Good. So for 7, and draw in. If you're keeping your legs low towards the floor, then make sure that lumbar spine is locking down towards the floor. Obviously, it's not reaching the floor. Good. For 5, and in. Good. For 4, draw that belly button to spine. We're working these core muscles. For 3, and in. Good. For 2, lock that back down. And last one now. And draw the knees in over your chest. Excellent. So taking both legs up towards the ceiling, pointing through the toe, we're going to bring the left leg over the head as we lengthen the right leg away. Watch that rib cage popping up. We're going to pulse for 1, 2, draw the legs towards each other and change. Good. So for 1, for 2, drawing the legs together and change. For 7, and change. Good. For 6. So working on trying to pull that leg up over your head as much as possible. Good. And draw together and change. For 5, and 5. Good. And 4, and 4, and 3, and 3. Good. For 2, and 2. Last one now. And 1. Good. We're going to bring the left leg over your head. Keep the right leg in tabletop. And then we're going to take hold of that left leg and draw it towards you. If you need to hold on to the roller with one hand, that's fine. We're just stretching out through that hamstring. Feel that lovely pull. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the left knee. We take the right leg up towards the ceiling. Hold on to the roller with your left hand, and then we're drawing that right leg up over our head. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both legs back up to the ceiling again. You might just want to reshuffle that roller underneath you. Pointing through the toes, we're opening the legs out into a V. Flex to close those legs back up together again. So pointing, open to the V. Keep the back locked down. Flex to open, but we're really stretching here, pointing to open through those inner thighs as we open into the V and close. Good. Pointing to open, flex to close, 3 more, pointing to open, flex to close, 2 more, pointing to open, flex to close, last ones, pointing to open, and flex to close back up. Bend those knees back to tabletop. So if you're on the floor here, you could just do your hip rolls. So just take the pillows away and take the feet back down to the floor. But if you feel comfortable enough to have them in tabletop, great. Holding on to the edges of the roller, we're going to take both knees to the right, head goes to the left. Make sure your core is engaged. You're not just letting those knees flop. Use your core to center those knees back up. So we're also here, if we're on the roller, we're going to be giving those glutes a nice little workout, a nice little stretch, and center back up. This time, as we go over to the right, head to the left, keep the knees and feet squeezing together. We're going to lengthen both legs away, bend the knees, and center back up again. Good. On the out breath, over to the left, head to the right, lengthen both legs away, bend the knees, and center. Make sure the core's engaged. One more time to each side, over to the right, lengthening both legs away, bend the knees, and center. Last one now. Over to the left, head goes to the right, lengthen both legs away, keep that core engaged, bend the knees, back up to the center again. Brilliant. So we're going to take the right ankle onto the left knee. If you're on the floor, just draw the left leg up. If you're on the roller, just pull that left leg up a little bit higher so you can really feel that stretch through that right side. If you're on the roller, we're going to roll onto the right side. If you're on the floor, you're going to roll to the left. So feeling the roller getting into that piriformis muscle, and you'll know when you're on it. And we're just going to stay there and just gently rocking from side to side. Good. Loosening that muscle off. 3, 2, and 1. Come back to the center. We're going to change legs. So left leg over right. Draw that right knee up as much as possible so you've got a good stretch on that left side. If you're on the roller, we're going to go over to the left. If you're on the floor, you're going to go to the right. And if you're on the roller, we're just going to rock from side to side. Just using the roller to get into that piriformis muscle, just to loosen it off. Good. And back to the center again. We can gently slide the roller out and we're going to place it underneath your feet. Good. So keeping the knees and feet hip width apart. We're coming into our shoulder bridge position now. So remember, if you tend to cramp with shoulder bridge, just leave the roller. Don't use the roller for this one. Deep breath in through the nose. As we breathe out, we're curling that pelvis up off the mat, peeling the vertebra one at a time as we come up into that shoulder bridge position. Hips lifted, rib cage down. Holding for an in-breath. As we breathe out, we're going to come back down one vertebra at a time, keeping that pelvis curled up until the end. Good. One more time, deep breath in. As we breathe out, we're curling that pelvis up off the mat, pushing forward through the fronts of the thighs, squeezing through the glutes, hips lifted, rib cage down. We're going to float the left leg up to tabletop position. Keep that left side lifted. Lower the left foot back down. Keep your neutral spine. Don't let that rib cage pop up as we float the right leg up to tabletop. Lower the right foot back down, and we're coming back down one vertebra at a time, keeping the pelvis curled up until the end. Deep breath in. As we breathe out, we're curling that pelvis up off the mat, peeling the vertebra one at a time as we come up into the shoulder bridge. Make sure the shoulders are relaxed. The neck is lengthened along the mat. We're going to drop the hips 2 centimeters and squeeze the glutes to lift back up again. And we're dropping for 9 and squeeze and lift. Good. For 8 and lift. Good. For 7 and lift. Keep the rib cage down. For 6 and lift. 5 and squeezing back up. For 4, really firing the glutes here. You should feel them burning a bit. If not, squeeze and lift a bit higher. For 3, 2 more. And last one. Lifting back up. We're going to come back down one vertebra at a time, keeping the pelvis curled up until the end. Hugging the knees over your chest. Rock from side to side and loosening your back off. Good. Okay, then we're going to take both feet back down to the roller, keeping the knees bent. If you're on the floor, just have your knees and feet together, knees bent. We're going to drop the knees open to each side. Take the soles of the feet together if you're on the floor. If you're on the roller, take the heels together and then turn the toes out. Good. Place your hands onto the inner thigh and just gently feeling, increasing that stretch through the inner thigh there. Breathing through that. Make sure the chin is towards the chest so you've got that length through the back of the neck. Think about the lumbar spine staying into the mat. Good. And then we're going to draw those knees back up together again. We're going to lengthen the roller away. So the groove in the heel is sitting over the roller. If you need your band here for the roll up, grab your band. Otherwise, we're going to start back of the hands onto the floor, up above the head. Belly button drawn to spine for the in-breath. On the out-breath, arms to the ceiling. Come up from the breastbone, looking at your toes, and we're curling up. Reaching the arms forward and drop the head down between the arms. Good. Stacking that spine, shoulders down the back. Good. Deep breath in, draw the belly button to spine as we start to roll back down, lumbar, thoracic. Try not to have any tension in the neck and shoulders, and reaching the arms over the top. Deep breath in as we breathe out, arms to the ceiling. Come up from the breastbone, looking at your toes, and we're rolling up. Reaching those arms forward over your toes. Drop the head between your arms. Stacking that spine back up, shoulders down. Good. Keep the shoulders down and wide as we draw the belly button to spine, and we're rolling down. Lumbar, thoracic. Take the head down. Reaching the arms over the top. On the out breath, we're coming arms to the ceiling, up from the breastbone, looking at the toes. Squeeze those knees and feet as you roll up. This time, we're going to grab hold of the toes if you can. Draw the shoulders down the back. Drop the head down between the arms. And feel that stretch through the calves, hamstrings, and lower back. Breathing through that. Good. Rounding and stacking the spine, shoulders down the back. So last time, we're just going to roll back down one more time. Lumbar, thoracic. Take the head down. Reach the arms over the top. We're going to lengthen the left arm away to touch the wall behind you. At the same time, flexing through the left foot, we're going to lengthen that left leg away from you. In breath to relax and center. And now we're going to do the right side. So flex through the foot, reaching the leg and arm away from you. And centering back out. One more time to each side. Reach the left arm back. Lengthen the left leg away from you. So the hands and the feet aren't lifting up. The feet, if they're on the roller, stay on the roller. The hands stay on the floor as we do the right side. And relaxing. We're going to bring the arms out to the side. Bend the knees. The knees and feet are hip width apart. And we're going into the wringing out the washing. So we're going to start with rolling the right arm back along the floor. At the same time, we're going to roll the left arm forward. Good. We're going to start, so we're going to keep changing. So rolling one arm back, one arm forward. We're going to start to turn the head towards the arm that is rolling back on the floor. And once we get the rhythm for that, we're going to start to drop the knees in the opposite direction to the head. Good. Nice and slow. We're coming onto the sides of the feet. We're not stacking the knees and the feet. And we're just opening up through the back. Make sure you feel like you're really rolling the arm forward and back, so you're getting a stretch through those arms as well. Good, we're going to do one more time to each side. Brilliant. Coming back to the center. Now we can take the feet off the roller. We're going to turn onto our side and come up to sitting. Excellent. Okay. So we're going to do the V1 today. So legs out into the V. Roller in between the legs and stacking that spine up nice and tall, shoulders down the back. If it feels too much to have the roller in between the legs, then just do it without the roller. So just walking the hands forward and then walk the hand over for the side bend. Okay. So keeping the shoulders down the back, we're hinging from the hips as we walk those hands forward. Keep the shoulders down, slight flexion through the feet. We're going to take hold of the ends of the roller. We're going to pick the right side of the roller up. Look up underneath that right arm. Then we're going to take the roller back flat down on its side, hinging forward a little bit more from the hips. Pick the left side up and look up underneath that left arm. Good. Taking the roller back flat to the floor as we hinge a little bit lower. We're lifting the right side up. Look up underneath that right arm. And slower. Good. Lifting that left side up and look up underneath the left arm. And lower one more time to each side. Good. Feel that lovely open stretch, the rotation through the back, the stretching through the rib cage. Look up to the ceiling. Excellent. Take the roller back to the floor. We're rolling it back up as we run back up. Stack that spine. Excellent. Okay, so we are going to do the plank now. I'm going to talk you through the variations. All right. So we can either do it without the roller, in which case I think we all pretty much know the plank. Either straight arm, or you can do it down onto the forearms. Now remember, you want to keep the back flat, so none of letting the hips drop and arching through the back. And also, you can see yourselves, don't let your bottoms pop up, okay? If you're doing the straight plank, I want want you to hold it for as long as possible. Come out of it. If we're still busy with the roller, come back up into it. Now, a little bit harder one is to be using the roller. I'm just going to show you before you go into it. If you're using the roller, let me just show you. We're going to start with the roller, probably just lower than mid-calf. Again, watch that back. Don't let that back dip. We're going to be pulling the roller in and sliding the roller back out. And we're going to do that 4 times, okay? So choose your poison. You could also do the roller onto forearms. So if wrist is an issue, but just don't pull the roller too far forward. Okay, right, when we're all ready, so we're going to draw that roller in and push it back out. Now, don't lose your neutral spine. For 2, and pushing back out. For 3, and pushing back out. Last one now. For 4, push the roller away. Drop the knees down. We're going to walk off the roller, but I'm going to ask you to grab it. If you can't do the knees, just sit. So Jane, Thomas, if you just do sitting with the legs out in front. We're going to use the roller here to do a child pose. So we're going to walk the roller away and walking the roller away from you. Good. Keep the shoulders down the back as we stretch and loosen that off. Good. Take the heels back to the mat as we slowly walk the roller back towards us, rounding back up, stacking the spine and rolling the shoulders down the back. Excellent. So, taking the roller away now, we're going to come onto all fours, tucking your toes underneath you. We're going to push up into down dog. Take the heels to the floor and head through to the knees, drawing those shoulder blades down your back. We're going to lift up onto the toes and then take the heels back down to the floor, feeling that stretch. Head through to the knees. And one more time, we're going to come up onto the toes. Take the heels back down to the floor, head through to the knees. We're going to soften through the knees, walk the hands back towards your feet, and then we're going to round back up, stacking your spine, coming up to standing, shoulders down the back. Now, before you all think we're finished, we're not quite finished. I just want to do a bit of a psoas stretch. So we're going to need potentially a wall for balance. You can do it without a wall if your balance is okay. We're going to have left leg forward, right leg back. The left knee is bent, the right leg is straight. I'm just going to lower my camera down a bit so you can see me. Don't let the knee come over your foot. So the knee stays over the ankle. So if it's coming over the foot, take that back leg back. The right leg stays straight. Don't bend that right knee. And you're pushing the right hip forward. You should be feeling a nice stretch through that right side. Okay? If your back is pinching, think about that neutral spine. Curl the pelvis forward and up. 3, 2, 1. We're going to change legs. So right leg forward, left leg back. Right knee is bent, but make sure it's not coming over the toe. Back leg is straight, heel towards the floor. Drive that left hip forward. For 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up to standing. You're now finished. Give your backs a bit of a circle to loosen it off. Well done, everyone. Give me, if you can all